Hey everyone, Jordan here. Today we're going to be checking out a full range of MSI peripherals. We've got mice, keyboards and controllers to take a look at, but 2 different price points as well. So if you're after something a bit more budget or maybe something a bit more premium, we've likely got options that you can implement into your setup. Now MSI have kindly sponsored this overview. Today we're doing a briefer look at each product, but if you do want to see a full review on one of these, then do let me know and I'll make that happen for you. But for now, let's get straight into the boxes and take a closer look. So for our mice options, we've got the Versa 300 wireless, and then we've also got the Pro version. Difference with price between these is around $25 for the 300, then the Pro is going to be around $59. So that is now the mouse out of the box. I'm surprised at how light these things are. This is just 60 grams, this mouse, and that's obviously without the cable to charge, but you do get a nice soft braided cable with that. Let's just undo this for an idea. A length that's going to be just over 2 meters long, so a nice long cable there, very soft and supple as well. That's going to be USB type C on the end into the mouse, and then obviously normal type A on the other end. Nice little bit of red colouring there for the MSI branding. Switches on these rated to 30 million clicks. They do say it's an ambidextrous shape. I'd personally say it's more for a right-hander, being that we have got buttons on the left though. We've also got some little tape to remove on the skates at the bottom. We've also got our triple control, so we've got Bluetooth 2.4 gigahertz and also off in the center position. You'll also find your receiver for that wireless in the bottom of the mouse. Nice little way to store it away. This feels very smooth and nice actually. I personally prefer a heavier mouse, but this one is certainly something I can see myself getting on with. I've got big hands as well, and this does fit comfortably. So even if you are on the bigger hand size, I think you won't have any problems. For those wondering about the clicks, I'll give you a little sound sample. So possibly a little bit louder than some mice, but you have got 30 million click lifespan on those switches as well. So for $25 though, I certainly can't see anything to complain about. Would you like to see a full review? Let me know. I am quite keen actually to test this one out a little bit longer. Let's get the Pro version out to have a look at as well. This is going to have a little bit of a change for the sensor on this one. This is going to be a PAW 3395, so the higher end option. And we've also got the dock and another cable to charge it with. And we've also got a cable for the dock too. Another thing as well, obviously on the box you can see the RGB for this mouse, but the other one does have it as well. You can do all your custom settings and things in the MSI software as well. So a little bit of a closer look, we've got the little dock, one of those USB-C cables in, and that will go out, so you can always have that powered up. Then you can find a little resting position for it to charge, and then you can also take out the bottom part to get our USB adapter, and then you can plug that into the top of the dock as well. I've used a couple of wireless mouses like this before, so nice to just be able to pop it on there at the end of the day to just charge overnight. Looking a little bit closer up, this mouse, we've got a total of 15 buttons that can be programmable. We've also got a adjustable wheel as well, so you can go from a notched effect to then a free scrolling wheel. We've again got a nice texture on both sides of the mice for some nice grip. This is a bit more rubberized than this one. This is more like a pattern. This one's actual physical rubber that they've put onto it. Again, another thing where you're going to see the difference in price. On the left hand side, we have got a sniper button as well that you can press. Obviously that will then drop your DPI to get some really nice precision aiming. And then the RGB zones on this mice are on the right hand side, the left, and also on the top. And then again, it's going to match with the dock on both sides. This one's going to be a little bit heavier, coming in at 97 grams. Here's a little sound sample of all the buttons for those that are wondering about that as well. So a little bit louder on the Pro, but of course you are paying extra for it anyway as a more premium option. Then you have got a 70 million click lifespan, and these switches over to 30 on the 300. Then some other little things to mention. The left and right control we have got on the thumb wheel as well. Then the Pixar sensor can do a maximum of 26,000 DPI as opposed to the 8,000 that we've got on the 300. Either of these take any fancy for a full review? Let me know down below, but now let's move on to the keyboards. So first up for keyboards, we've got the Strike 600. This is going to come in around at £70. We're also going to be looking at a TK option for those of you that don't like the number pad in a minute. That's also the wireless option out there too as well. So we'll just plug this in so you can see the illumination. There's the RGB. Of course, you can control that in the software if you want to change that and program your macros and all those kind of things as well. Now this has got 45 gram actuation for silent switches. Let's give it a little sound sample. As you can hear, very quiet. These are Cali silent switches underneath there. There's also multi-layer dampening on this keyboard as well, which will help. Other things to talk about, we've got an aluminium top plate. There's also a matte finish on there as well. Media controls on the right hand side. This one you can do as a mute button. You can control that in 2 different ways as well, depending on how you'd rather do it. For those games that involve a lot of button presses at once, this also has a 6N key rollover, so you can get multiple key presses in one go. Just turning this over, we've also got some cable routing options as well, so if you want to bring this out a certain side of the keyboard, you can easily do that. Of course, we've got our adjustable feet there as well, a bit of a higher angle for those that prefer that. And of course, you have got customizable RGB, again in the Mystic Light software. Our second keyboard option is the Forge GK600 TKL. For those of you guys that aren't a fan of the number pad, or you haven't got lots of maths to do. Inside we've got a key puller, and we've also got a matching USB Type A to USB Type C cable. And there is the TKL. I'll get this plugged in so you can see this one illuminated as well. Then while we're there, we've also got our options for Mac or Windows, and then USB, so you can do normal Type C, or then you can do your wireless or Bluetooth options. And then we go, our RGB is kicked in. In the corner it also shows the status, so we've got Windows, and then also the USB controller is connected. That will obviously change depending on what connection method you're using, if you can use it on Mac, for example. Now, the included keycap puller in this one, you have got hot-swappable switches, so you can swap those over if you like a bit of a change. On this one, we have got linear switches with a PBT keycap, so this will sound a little bit like this. So very different sound in there to the other keyboard. Won't be for everyone, but if you're in your own gaming cave with no one else, then obviously it's not going to make a difference and you can enjoy that thockiness. So of course, the classic 83 key TKL layout. We've also got a 50 million click lifespan on those switches. Of course, you can customize your RGB, do your macros and things like that, again in the MSI software. Then on the back side, we have got adjustable feet. We do have 2 different incline options available on this model as well. Then in terms of price, being this one's wireless and you've also got the little screen on there, it's selling for a little bit more than the wired version, around £80. And lastly, we've got our controllers. So we've got the Force CG300 on the left hand side and the Force Pro wireless on the right. We'll start off with the CG300. So this one, we've got our little adapter inside the box. Here we've got our Type C cable to then normal Type A. So a closer look at the CG300, more of the Xbox control. So you've got the higher thumbstick on the left and the lower on the right. If we flip it over, we've got our different platforms you can connect with. So we've got our 2.4 gigahertz and also Bluetooth, easy quick swap. And of course, you've got the USB adapter to go with that. You have 2 level Hall effect triggers on this, so you can easily swap these over. So if you prefer a deeper press or a shallower press, really handy if you're doing shooting games, you can do a nice quick response, or maybe if you're doing a bit of driving, you can swap it over to get a deeper control for maybe different throttle response. We've got a USB-C connection on the top as well, so you can use this wired if you'd like to. And you've got a 20-hour battery on this between charges. We've got an anti-slip grip underneath there. We've also got dual motors underneath for increased haptics, and you can also see the programmable buttons underneath. Very useful to program as an X instead of reload, so you don't have to take your finger off the thumbstick. We've also got a 3.5mm jack and also a mute button there as well. The nice little things, you've got full customization in the MSI software, and this one's currently selling for around £50. So then for our more premium option, we've got the Force Pro wireless. This is designed for Xbox, but can be used on PC as well. Again, we've got our USB receiver, and we've also got a optional D-pad that you can change out. Again, our USB cable like we saw on the CG300, nice supple cable. Then that goes to a Type C, and on the other end a Type A with a color coding. So here's a closer look at the Pro wireless. Again, we have the Xbox style control. These feel a lot smoother than the thumbstick straight off the bat. We've also got our D-pad that can be removed and swapped with the horizontal presses. Now this one you can also take the faceplate off, and then you can actually take out the thumbsticks, so you can easily swap those out if you need to. You've also got auto calibration for drift correction. Just drops in like that. We can put the cover back over, and then our D-pad. Looking on the back of this controller, we've got 3 levels of triggers on this one over the 2 from the previous one. Again, Hall effect sensors. And we've got 4 programmable buttons underneath instead of the 2. So that gives you lots more options for different programming there. And then at the bottom, we've got options for our wireless with the adapter, and then the Bluetooth. If you're going to use it with Xbox, you'll need to use it wired, but the lead you get included is very long, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. And some other little things, you've got some RGB around the thumbsticks. You've got a 48-hour battery with this one as opposed to the 20 on the GC300. Of course, controllable with MSI software. You can do customization and program your buttons and things on the back. Then this one, price tag is going to be $99, or the special edition is going to be $109, so quite a considerable jump from the GC300, but of course with a lot more features, especially with the removable swappable thumbsticks and your extra programmable buttons. So that was a look around our different things Keyboards, mices and controllers, different price points as well. Let me know which ones you'd like to see a bit more on. I think for me, the TKL keyboard is going to be one that I'm going to keep back to review. I don't think I've reviewed a keyboard with these kind of thocky keys, so it'll be quite interesting to see how I get on with that. But I will leave the full links for everything you've seen in this video down below if there's any you do want to pick up, and of course let me know which ones you'd like to see more of. Big thank you to MSI for sponsoring this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.